Welcome to North of the Broad, everyone. I'm Robyn Zimmerman, and as you know, we bring you our show from the Pat Conroy Literary Center each month, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to our first guest, JohnWarley, attorney, but more importantly, he is a writer. And he has written a new book that's just about to come out. It is called Jury of One. JohnWarley, good to have you with us on our show.
Delighted to be here and good to see you again.
And I also didn't say Citadel graduate, was telling him about Gib, my son, Citadel graduate. You know, that's a very important piece.
Good man.
Yes.
Good man.
All right, John, so let's just dive right into this book, Jury of One. What was your inspiration for this book?
My inspiration, I actually started the book back in the late 90s, and it was inspired by an idea I got about related to the death penalty. And when people are sentenced to life without parole, they have very limited options. They're there for a long sit. And the irony of this whole thing to me is that I got the idea in the late 90s. I started the book in the late 90s. I put it aside for reasons I don't exactly remember. But I picked it up last year having no idea that the Murdaugh trial was going to be going now. And ironically, the defendant in that case is facing the possibility of life without parole unless his appeal is successful. He's facing life without parole, which is exactly the situation that the judge of my novel is contemplating, and he makes what is considered a rather radical proposal for prisoners who are dealing with life without parole. Okay. That's not the crux of the book, but it's a side story in it. It's a subplot. And so the timing is pretty incredible. Looks like I have all this tremendous foresight. I don't, but it's a kind of, for me, a happy irony with the book coming out now.
What type of reader would like this book?
Any legal thriller reader. If you're a John Grisham fan, a David Baldacci fan, you're going to like this book. There's some courtroom drama. There are some Grisham, Baldacci, legal thriller type characters, and there's there's an ending that's getting a lot of buzz from early readers. So I'm excited.
You're excited. That. So it's actually coming out on April the 4th.
April the 4th.
And then Friday, April the 14th, here at the Pat Conroy Literary Center, open to the public, will be what do you call it? Is it a debut and book signing, John? Or
it will be book sales and signing, and with a little wine and cheese, and the public is invited to drop in. It's going to be more of a drop in. If you're coming home from work or if you're just crossing the bridge, just drop in and say hello.
And that's from 4:30 to 7.
4:30 to 7.
Now, do you live in Beaufort?
I do. I live about a mile and a half from here.
And you had shared with me you're also writing a sequel to...
I'm working on a sequel to The Home Guard.
Yes.
I've had some... COVID has delayed some things in that some of the research facilities have been closed. But now, of course, everything's opening back up, so that's good.
Very good. So again, the book is called Jury of One. Does it have some twists and turns? Is there a love story in it, John?
There is. There is. And twists and turns, I think, is a fair description of what happens. Yeah.
The legal thriller, Jury of One, about to come out. And come on over to the Pat Conroy Literary Center on the 14th and meet John if you've never met him. A delightful gentleman, a Southern gentleman.
Thank you very much. A very high compliment. I appreciate it.
Thank you, John, for being with us on North of the Broad, and thank you. We'll be right back with another guest. Stay tuned.